Hi there, this is Brandon Redler. I'm out here with Zach Rose. We are at the address 734 West Park Place Avenue here in Spokane, Washington. We got called out here today for a main line that was backing up. Showed up here, ran my cable out with a 2-inch cutter bit about 125 feet, which is very easily that we know now to get to the sewer. The sewer is about 70 feet away from the house. It's going to be draining out into the alley behind the house. But yeah, I ran it out there a couple times, used a couple different blades on it. Couldn't really get this thing to drain down at all. Used a 4-inch blow bag. A blow bag is basically a pressurized balloon that pressurizes in the line, and then it blows itself up with water, and then it seals and shoots a little stream of water. Ran that for about a combined time of about an hour and 15 minutes. Couldn't get this line to open up at all. Zach and I then came out with the commercial jetter that we used to open this line up, and used several different tips, went in there several different times, various PSIs. So yeah, it was a stubborn one to open up, but we got it opened up. What we're looking at right now is where this line winds into the city sewer. And it's at 70 feet exactly. So what we're going to do now is we are going to start pulling back, and I'm going to explain some of the issues that this line has. So right here, this looks like a concrete into a, let's see what we got here, a clay tile Y. Right here is the main issue that this pipe has right here. This to me looks like a, it almost looks like a clay tile. Looks like clay tile. The weird thing is it almost looks like it downsizes. Right now we are in 6-inch tile, where the camera sits right here. This looks like almost 3-inch tile. As you can see, the separation right here covers up my whole camera. My camera head is about 1.5 inches wide. I have a ball on it to raise it up that we had to use to get over this separation right here. So I would guess it's probably at about 2 to 2.5 inches. So yeah, that separation is roughly 2 to 2.5 inches, height-wise. As you can see, it is pulling water. It does have some debris on the side of it. And I'm fairly certain that this was our issue amongst a couple other issues as well. What I would do here would definitely do a repair on this section. This is one of those things where this pipe could, in this section right here, this could last 2 weeks or it could last 2 years. You know, it's kind of one of those things that you don't really know. So we're going to start pulling back a little bit more here and kind of explain things. Right now, it looks like this is 6-inch clay tile right here. Right about 67 feet. Pretty good looking seam there. And boom, right here we make a connection into what looks like 6-inch concrete pipe. And then we pop right out of it. It looks like this could have possibly been a spot repair, just judging by the way this line right here looks. This part right here does look a little beat up. You know, you got some chipping in it and whatnot, but the concrete looks great. Go back a little bit more. Right here we have a, it looks like it was almost offset, not separated. It kind of looks like there's a little bead on the right-hand side of the screen, kind of where the seam of the pipe is. It almost kind of looks like they just kind of offset it a little bit. As well as, you know, you got lots of chipping here in the pipe as well. We move back into clay tile again. Back a little bit more. That seam right there doesn't look too bad at all. The bottom of the pipe is at the top of the screen right now. You can tell by where my camera head is, or where my camera light is, and then where the water is as well. Again, this pipe, you know, you can see lots of chipping in it. You can see little chips at the bottom of the pipe and kind of all over the place. Seam looks pretty good right there. Lots of chipping though. That right there to the right almost looks like a hole in the pipe to me.
I'm gonna turn this thing over.
Ready.
So yeah,
Yes?
that looks like a hole to me right there. And we're at about 57 feet, 10 inches right there. Right here, we have lots of chipping in the pipe, as you can kind of see off to the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and then just kind of all around it, as well as a little separation right there as well. Pull back a little bit more here. Pretty severe chipping right there as well, along with a little bit of a separation.
Tell him to go.
More chipping. Pretty normal looking seam right there. The good thing is the clay tile doesn't look like it has any stress fractures in it where it could possibly break apart. Chipping is just kind of its first state of deterioration. This section of the pipe looks really good right here.
Just watch her.
And then it looks like we bounce back into maybe 4-inch clay tile right here. Still a little bit of chipping, pretty normal looking seam there. A bit of a separation right here. As you can see, it is holding a little bit of water, not too much. Doesn't look like it's preventing the flow of water too terribly bad, maybe a 1/2 inch or so. Right here we have a very large separation. As you can just kind of see, there's probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inch gap in between the pipe right here. You can kind of see leftover debris on the side, and just by kind of how much my camera makes it drop down, that's very severe. The good news is the separation itself looks like it stair steps down, or is more or less towards the top of the pipe, so you're not holding water or anything of that nature. Another separation right here, and this is what I mean when I say stair steps down. See how my camera just kind of takes a little dip down and then back up when it goes over this. So yeah, right here you can see very, very minor root growth right here in this separation. It is towards the top of the pipe, so it's not going to hold any water. This one's at about 44 feet. Now it looks like we have another hole in the top of the pipe as well, just right there at about 6 inches. You can kind of see the dirt a little bit. And right there it looks like we have a seam. It is separated a little bit. Looks like it is kind of stair stepping up. Again, looks like the separation is more towards the top of the pipe, so it's not going to have really effect on anything. Right here, this part of the pipe does look to be deteriorating. As you can see, it looks very, very ragged, and then obviously it's chipped as well. Let's see here. Maybe up towards the right of the screen, it could be a little bit of a stress fracture there. Go back, it's a pretty normal looking seam. Not a bad seam there either. Right here you do have a separation. It does look to be pulling a little bit of water. But yeah, this is another one of those large separations where it's not really offset, it's just separated. Back, looks like another section of some concrete pipe right here as well. Back into the tile, of course. Little separation there, nothing to be concerned about. Very good looking seam there. And then right here we have another large separation. This one does look like it stair steps up, excuse me, just a little bit. You can kind of tell it has been holding up some debris, and definitely didn't help the backup we had today. And this one is about 31 feet. A little bit more section of concrete again. And back into clay tile, and another very large separation where you can see some debris build up as well. This one here is at about 27 feet. Pretty normal looking seam there. And another separation here. You can kind of see a little bit of debris hanging on. Again, this is a little bit offset towards the right-hand side of the pipe and towards the bottom where that debris kind of collected up there too. Good looking seam. Good looking seam. Coming up on about 15 feet here. Another separation right here as well. You can see the debris build up on it. 16 feet. And as you can see, we have a bunch of debris on the sidewalls just from, the most recent backup that occurred today. Going back, it does look like we are in cast iron now. Indeed we are. And right here is the clean out that we are working out of in the basement. As you can see, we have lots of storage debris around here. But yeah, this is the clean out that we're working out of today. And that was Brandon and Zach with Bulldog Rooter. And that was your video inspection for the main sewer line of 734 West Park Place here in Spokane, Washington. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rooter.